I'm Holly Hurley, and I'm here at the Reservoir near Cleveland Circle in Brookline, Massachusetts. And I'm talking with one of our favorite local authors, Mark Lowenstein. And we're talking about his new book, Great Runs in Boston, which is actually following up Great Runs here in Brookline. And so we're talking to a local celebrity today. So how you doing, Mark?
I'm great. Great to be with you.
So Mark is actually running a lot of great local programs in the area. And so how's it been starting all these local programs in Brookline?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. We've had great response. The book has been selling very well in the stores, and it's led to a whole bunch of other things. We've done everything from leading some community runs for the town to doing runs for a couple of the local stores. We even did something for Google, the company that has its offices in Cambridge. They asked me to come in and do something for their employees. They bring in authors from time to time, and so they asked me to do this. I said, well, I came in, I said, this is a little bit unorthodox. This is not a business strategy. This is not deep intellectual. It's about running, but we had about 40 people showed up, and they brought smoothies and trail mix into the room, and it was great. So that was fun.
A lot of people complain about Boston having a lack of community, especially when it comes to exercise. You're actually doing a lot of things to remedy that. Talk to me about some of the programs that you've got going or have done this year to get people out there in groups, and you can make friends and you can get support for what you're doing and have some knowledgeable or unknowledgeable people just like you all around you.
Yeah, well, there's actually a lot going on with the community here. Just in, the Boston Marathon is a bit of a focal point, and the Boston Athletic Association, in addition to, of course, being very involved in the marathon, does a lot of other programs during the year to encourage running. For example, there's the half marathon that's coming up in Columbus Day weekend, the Emerald Necklace, and there's a lot of other sort of running events that are very accessible to people, everything from 3-mile fun runs to things that are a little bit more intense. There are also just a lot of programs that are run through some of the local stores. I've been lucky to be involved with some of them, but City Sports does something, I believe. Marathon Sports does a running program from its Brookline store several nights a week, and on Saturdays Nike has a running club that they run from their store downtown. Lululemon, which is a well-known athletic clothing store, has started a run club. They started one this summer. So, and the objective of these clubs, for the most part, unless they're very specifically oriented towards training for an event, the objective is, hey, this is a group event, show up, and there's generally people of different levels in those groups. So, there's usually sort of a slower group, a medium group, and a fast group, so people can sort of adjust to what they're comfortable with, and and then they also adjust for distances. And so I find that's a great way for people to sort of get out and just meet other people and get into running. Because running, one thing about running is that it can be a solitary, somewhat lonely sport sometimes, and some people just like that aspect of community, to go out there and have an opportunity to meet some other people and sort of share the pain, I guess, sometimes that is involved with running.
So there's a tagline for your new program that's a bit of a tongue twister, and so it's 20 runs?
Well, so the program that we're doing with Marathon Sports is called the Run Boston Challenge. Marathon Sports has 6 stores in the Boston area, 6 running stores in the Boston area. And the Run Boston Challenge is something where you have 90 days, 3 months to do all of the runs in the Boston book. So there are 20 runs comprising 130 miles, and you have 90 days to do them. So that's sort of the tagline of the book. And the objective is, really, you have to just do it on foot. You can't bike it, but you can do it in segments, in any order. You just have to do the miles. People have 90 days to do it, and the way it works is you sort of buy the book in the store, you get a run card that you have to fill out, complete honor system, and those who complete the run get a free Ironman watch, which has been sponsored by Timex, and Run Boston Challenge t-shirt, and we're going to have a recognition event at the end, probably sometime in late December, early January, for all those who complete the challenge. And the real objective of it is, a lot of running events are road races and endurance events and things, and we wanted to create an event that was just something to get people out and active, walking or running, discovering great new areas. So we thought this would be sort of a cool new idea. So hopefully it'll be successful.
Wow, that's awesome. And Mark, I do one of the things that made me so interested in having this conversation with you was your first book, Great Runs in Brookline. I like to focus on our show local people. We call it Brookline's brightest, past and present, what we're doing and what we've done before, and what we're going to do. And I think it's really interesting that a local guy got behind something like this, and you end up with working with people like Google, like Marathon Sports, like Timex. Any words of advice for the future burgeoning Conan O'Briens or Mark Lowensteins out there who want to be local Brookline people who really can make a difference in the world? What would you say?
Well, one of the great things about Brookline is that it's very supportive of local businesses, local enterprises. In fact, when I was sort of cooking up the idea, I went and talked to two people. I went and talked to the Brookline booksmith, and I said, hey, listen, if I had this book, would you sell it? Because I didn't have a publisher at that point, and I was creating my own publishing company to do this. And then I also went to the Marathon Sports Store in Washington Square, and I said, if I write this book, would you sell it? And I got 2 validation points, and that was enough for me to be able to sort of sit in Starbucks at 5:30 every morning for about 6 months and bang out the book. And it's been very gratifying. Those 2 organizations have totally followed through in terms of encouraging the effort and in promoting it. And then, a lot of the rest of the town has sort of come together around it, the rec department, the health department, and so on. And again, this is a town that is extremely supportive of local businesses, local authors, and local artists, and people who are involved in the content production business, which is essentially what I'm doing. So that's been very gratifying.
So basically, find what it is that you want to do, find people who want to help you do it, and then, get it done.
Yeah, helpful to get a couple of validation points first, so if you're, wherever it is, whether you're, painting something, producing something for, writing something, producing something for the media, something you want to sell in a grocery store or home-baked, business, whatever it is, you want to try to get a couple of validation points of people, is this something that if I produced, would you buy it? Is there a bit of a market for it? So we got a bit of a validation point with that.
Awesome. Well, Mark, I always enjoy getting a good interview with you, and I definitely enjoy getting to go out and do a run with you. And hopefully, as we talk about Brookline's fitness programs in the future, we'll get to come back and talk to you some more.
I hope so. Thanks so much.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.